What's up, YouTube? What's up, everybody? This your boy, Bless the Damn Best, coming at you once again. The way I always do. Familiar voice, familiar spot, familiar colors, and familiar common sense for your ass, right? Today we're going to have a little talk about people. You know how some people try to complicate things and turn simple things into a highfalutin semantics argument? Man, I hate them kind of people. I think those kind of people are the absolute authors of confusion, right? And, you know, they like to use all their big words and all that, you know what I mean, to make themselves appear smarter, when the smartest and intelligent guy cuts through all the bullshit and gets to the hardcore points and facts. Fuck the semantics. If what's being spoken about is commonly, I'll say that again, if what we are speaking about is commonly understood by a majority of the people, then semantics only are there to confuse you. We're going to cut through all the confusion and cut through all the bullshit. So, y'all already know what time it is. Okay, your boy Dane Calloway has gotten really, really bold now. I mean, the shots are direct now. You know what I mean? He been taking a lot of shots lately. I take shots at him every time I catch him slipping, because I will never, ever forgive him for disparaging the foundational Black American heroes, Nat Turner and Harriet Tubman. That's my only beef. I don't give a fuck if you call yourself an Indian, a black man, a Moor, or whatever. We all know what this skin color means on this landmass and what it means to the people that are here now. All the rest of that shit is bullshit. But some people wonder why we haven't received reparations. Now, he did a video maybe a month or two ago, basically on this same topic. The other one was more direct. He said, we don't get reparations because we call ourselves black, right? Okay, look, that ain't got a damn thing to do with it. We're not getting reparations because the government doesn't want to give us reparations. We haven't gotten reparation because we are not on code together. Not because we calling ourselves the wrong thing. It's because we are not on code together, right? Look, getting white supremacy off your ass is not a paperwork process. Man, I've been saying that since the first video that I ever made discussing this topic. No, it's gonna take the people being on code. It's gonna take blood, sweat, and tears, and it's gonna be ugly, and it's gonna be a head up. That's what it's gonna take. All of the black people in America on code together can get anything that we want. But that's the problem. We can't get on code together because you got so many people coming out of left field with this and that. So many new motherfuckers who want to be the man. You know what I mean? Ever since this YouTube thing started, and it gave people a platform to monetize their ideas or whatever easily, right from home. Just like politics, right? Okay. An elected official, right? The only reason people want to be elected officials is for access to the bribe money that's called campaign contributions, right? That's why people, black people, white people, whatever, that's why they can't get real representation, because it's all about the dollar. Whoever pay the most, they get their idea pushed. And that links in with YouTube, right? If the first video that you make goes super viral, and then you get a peek into the type of money that can be made from that, you are going to stick on that same message. It don't matter if you discover things that might go against your message. The money erases your integrity. Even if you do research and find something that goes against what you've been previously saying, you ain't gonna put it out there. You slide that to the back, right? So we gonna get into this. We gonna get into this video, and it's nothing but a bunch of fucking irrelevant babble and semantics from the Grim Reacher, the king of babble, the king of semantics, Mr. Reverend Chief Dane Calloway. So I'm gonna let him take it away. And you know how I do. Jump in from time to time, make little points. Sometime I might let him ride. But let's go. Spooky music on deck. kind of shit you just lay back in your teepee and listen to.
Oh, see you, everyone. Just wanted to have a conversation with you guys about a couple of things here. I just wanted to bring this up to let you guys know that, don't get distracted by certain things that you see. Because a lot of people are in it for different reasons, okay? A lot of them cannot regurgitate particular information that I even present to you guys because they're not really historians or they're not really researchers. They're in a totally different field and they're in it for the money. I mean, it's obvious. I mean, because they will switch up every 3.
This is just my opinion. In my opinion, this whole video was made because he has been triggered in the past month or so by the conversation that's going on Twitter Spaces and stuff like that. And I really think that this is a direct shot at Tariq Nasheed and his followers, right? And I don't think that's a good idea for a couple of reasons. But carry on.
Years in order to keep their crowd moving. But with me, of course, I've been stating the same things for quite some time now and been presenting a lot of factual information that you guys can go back
and you're going to keep stating the same thing as long as those subscribers and checks keep coming in. Now, I don't know anything about this dude. You know what I mean? And I would never try to count his pockets. But judging from them big-ass, bummy-ass pants and all that bummy-ass shit that he was doing on the video he made, Young Diesel, I think YouTube is the first time this guy ever touched real money. And he don't give a damn. He ain't going back to them big-ass baggy pants. So he going to keep on saying what getting paid. But we'll let it rock.
Check up on, and which I highly recommend and always do so. I always tell you not to believe anything that I state. I want you to write it down and look it up for yourself. You are responsible in that sense. But yeah, I mean, the majority of the information that
you should have never told me to write it down and go look it up for myself. Because, yes, some other things that you speak are absolute facts that really astonish me. You know what I mean? My first time hearing it. But I don't stop at the information that upholds the narrative you paint. I keep going and keep looking. And when I did that, I learned, Mr. Calloway, that you are a big fucking liar, buddy.
That I present, a lot of people are banking on, which is a great thing.
Y'all hold on.
There are people that state that they...
Like I was saying, Foundational Black American, or FBA, is a good term to use when speaking about reparations because it encompasses all of the people who were affected and who deserve reparations through the Constitution, through the promises of the 40 acres and a mule thing, through that we never got, that the government never followed up with. And it definitely includes the melanated, dark-skinned, indigenous people of this land. It absolutely includes them mixed in with the few or many, however the numbers, which is like a semantics argument to me also, that came on ships from Africa. And there are documents and records of slave ships. One of the many lies that this guy has told y'all over the years. But we gonna let it keep rocking. So he called himself checking Tariq right now. Like I said previously, I don't think it's a good idea for a couple of reasons.
One, the term black wasn't even utilized amongst our own people until the 90s.
Here we go. Here we go with this who gives a fuck semantics argument. But let's go. I got time for a little babble today.
1960s, so that's a brand new term. That has nothing to do with how America was founded.
That comes from the 60s too.
Like, our people were not referring to ourselves as black people during...
That comes from the 60s too. That revolutionary spirit, brother. That is very, very, very important. And you killing that. You don't represent it, bro. You don't represent it. You coming too soft with your paperwork process, bro. No, it's gonna take boots on the ground, walking in lockstep under something, and you say, we using a label that was given to us as black. Okay, it is what it is. It's commonly understood. So now what we're doing is clarifying it by adding foundational Black American, something that we made up and named ourselves, sir. So let's go.
The time of founding or with creating America, okay, there's a lot of terminology that I do not like using, okay, and I keep telling you guys this because it doesn't represent us. What it
Nigga, you love terminology because you use words and terminology to over exaggerate your intelligence. You sound smart to dumb people, bro. You sound smart to the lowest common denominator, bro.
does represent, like when you use terms like black, what it does represent is that you're being comfortable with allowing strangers to call you whatever they want to call you. And some of you guys would turn your nose up at that statement and say, well, I mean, we've been saying it for years now. What does it matter, Dane? That matters a great deal. That matters a great deal because everybody else, every other.
It don't matter shit, bro. It doesn't matter anything at all, bro. As long as we are on one accord, bro. You not getting bumped out the way, Dane. It's always gonna be feather guys and TP dwellers and people trying to run for being black who gonna flock to your channel. Your subscribers gonna stay strong, but we trying to get to this business and you trying to get to the Bible or the bag, nigga, or the bag, nigga.
Class or race, whatever one you want to use, will be looking at us as if, well, I mean, he or she doesn't even know who they are, what they want to be, and anything. Like, you just allowing a stranger to.
Who named white people white? Is there one person that walks this planet with white skin, bro? No, it's not. It's just a word that they unified around and kicked our ass with. Okay? Sometimes, it's lessons in everything. Even white supremacy, bro. Ain't nobody, they just agreed that, yeah, we white, whatever. We unified behind that. I got a video on my page that y'all need to go check out. It's called Unifying Principles, where I'm breaking this shit down. Where I'm breaking it down and showing that what he's saying is bullshit and babble. I hope you got your see, look, I got my boots on. They come pretty high up my leg so I can walk through this bullshit. I got my Dane boots on.
Dictate what you are. And what is black? What is that? Like, I mean, yeah, we have a culture. We didn't just create this culture. The culture was already here prior to our people agreeing with calling each other black. Just allowing a stranger to do that. We had everything
irrelevant
already. The legacies, the cultures, the languages. So we still gonna latch on to something a stranger called us? See, and what I'm trying to get people to understand is the way it's represented in law and the way it's represented by definition is stating that it's non-existent right now. Like, so you can't lean on the fact that it's a color because nobody knows.
See, that's another thing he does, right? A lot of words have different definitions, you know what I mean, when you look them up. He will ignore like the first 2 or 3 definitions and find one that he can shoehorn in and babble off.
Just calling themselves or representing themselves by way of color. There's no such thing as brown Americans, yellow Americans. Then there should be no such thing as black Americans. Think about that.
Okay. Just common sense without all the bullshit. It's not one person, listen to this right now, that wouldn't know what I meant if I said brown people today in America. Okay. Nowadays, today in America, they call brown people mostly like Latino, Hispanic, whatever you want to call it. They call them, okay, non-white people that are not black. They call them brown. When he said yellow people, everybody listen to this video right now. knows exactly who one is referring to when he says a yellow American. That's already understood. All this babbling is to confuse you and make himself sound smart. I am convinced of that fact. So let's go.
This is how you know, and I keep telling people this is how you know that term, black and white, are both statuses in this government. Because not all people who are labeled as white are of Caucasian descent. Okay? You have East Africans, you have some West Africans, you have North Africans, you have Haitians, you have some people coming from South America being labeled as white, and we share the same skin complexion. This is how you know that terminology is.
Because that is a trick that they use to bolster their numbers, right? These people that come from these other cultures to America, they already have racism and color system in their country. They bring it with them. And when they do that, they pledge allegiance to white supremacy. And they get to be classified as white, Dane. Simple. Simple. Now, you'll babble for 5 minutes just to say that.
The status. So when you turn around and label yourself as black, what does that mean? That means that you're null and void. This is the reason why the reparations argument hasn't been looked past being looked at. It didn't gradually go to a different step where it goes in motion because you're still referring.
Hold on. Wait. Man, what? I got to back that up. And I'm going to listen carefully and try to make sense of what he just said. Let me back it up a little bit. Because this is what I mean. This is what I mean by babbling and semantics. Check it out. Let me go back a little bit.
Around and label yourself as black, what does that mean? That means that you're null and void. This is the reason why the reparations argument hasn't been looked past being looked at. It didn't gradually go to a different.
The reparations argument being looked past being looked at. What the fuck does that mean? Really, what the fuck does that mean? Hold up, man. Hold up. We got to do this one more time. We're going to figure this out together. This is some high-level babble right here, bro.
Around and label yourself as black, what does that mean? That means that you're null and void. This is the reason why the reparations argument hasn't been looked past being looked at. It didn't gradually go to a different step where it goes in motion because you're still referring to yourself as being non-existent. Reparations are not owed to black people because it wasn't black people in the 1800s. It did not exist then. Prior to the 1900s.
Foundational black American addresses all that. So, Dane Calloway wants you to believe that if we didn't call ourselves black, we would already have reparations. How many of y'all believe that? It's not a paperwork process. I'm gonna back it up again. Not as far as I did that time, but just for the
Reparations are not owed to black people because it wasn't black people in the 1800s. It did not exist then. Prior to the 1900s, you're not going to see that terminology. And when they started using the term black, it was strangers using it. It wasn't us. Foreigners were using the term black. So why would you allow a stranger to dictate who you are? And do you want to turn right around and say, well, our ancestors founded America? That's true, but they didn't call themselves black. Well, Dane, what do we call ourselves? You call yourself who you are, meaning by your tribal affiliation, whatever tribe or family that your family was associated with. And see, there's another thing that a lot of people want to just.
Yeah. Shinnecock Indian calls himself a Shinnecock Indian. Just like Celeste Inez Sayers Dane. What about her? I'm waiting on one of you featherheads to come in my comment section and address that. Man, y'all come about this, y'all come about that. I'm hating on Dane. I'm old as hell. I'm a what do you call me? RGB pan pizza, pan African, all kind of shit. They call me all kind of shit in the comment section, and come with all these babble arguments. And Celeste Inez Sayas shuts the argument down every time. Ask Dane who that is. Boy, I better not ever go on there and check the files and see that you lost that court case. Because your ass is getting up out the paint if you did. But back to the script.
No, that's too much work, and I don't want to do that. But you're being lazy again. You need to find out who you are instead of categorizing yourself by these generic terms that are basically social constructs that were created for you. And they're not working in your best interest. You're literally shooting yourself in the foot by stating that you're black.
So he said being black is not working in your interest. And when he say your, I guess he means people like me of that of this ideology. People who don't have a problem with calling themselves black. Matter of fact, proud as fuck to call themselves black, right?
That feel comfortable with calling yourself these generic terms, these social constructs, but yet you want things to change, but you're not making changes for yourself right now.
Dang, I don't know where you been for the last year or so, but you need to come out to TP and look around, because right now, today, the reparations argument has more momentum than it ever has. All we need to do is get on code and speak with one voice, sir. That's all. That's the only thing left. We already got the terminology and all that mapped out. You, sir, are the author of confusion at this point. Even though I appreciate some of your information, I'm just on to you, bro. You after the bag, bro.
You want to turn around and call people like me who are letting you know that this is totally incorrect. You want to call us radical. Oh, he's against the people. I'm not.
Where are your wins? Where are your wins? You love to show shit. Show where some of this that you telling us is bearing fruit for you. Yeah, I'll give you that. I don't know it to be fact, but I'll take your word for it. Say you help people do research and find out who they was. Yeah, that's fine. But that's it. That's as far as it go. We are trying to eliminate and kill white supremacy in this country. And in the meantime, get what's owed to us for building this fucking country, bro. Your anti-slave rhetoric would be a perfect argument against it, man. You done set up there and made videos that said there wasn't no slaves, that it was just as many white people, that it wasn't no slaves, that they was indentured servants, and all this kind of bullshit. Harriet Tubman was a train conductor. All this kind of bullshit, dang. Show the wins that come from these things that you saying.
Against the people, I'm for the people. I wouldn't be stating this otherwise. If I wasn't for the people, I would tell you to continue calling yourself black, knowing that it's not working with you and it's working against you. You know, and that's how you can tell who.
Is it working for you and your subscribers, or is it just working for you on the 21st of every month?
The real enemy is. I put out a lot of information in multiple different ways, even government records, government documentation, to prove to you that these are nothing but social constructs. I have videos out on the census and the census records and their enumerators. From the time it started till now, their instructions, I went over their instructions. Well, how they had to categorize our people by somebody else's labeling, by somebody else's classifying. We did not agree to this, guys. We never did. So we shouldn't have to settle just because it's more commercially known, or rather commonly known. We shouldn't have to settle with calling ourselves black when we're not.
The commonality of the term is what we should use to our advantage. It's people all over the world that go by names that wasn't the original name. It's very few places that still go by the original name. That shit don't matter, Dane. It doesn't matter at all. And I'm gonna check you out for a little while longer, but I ain't getting shit out of this but babble.
Not black. Look, if we're going by complexion, we're all different shades of the color brown. Okay? That's what should allow you to raise a red flag about that term. You have to question everything. Why do we have Black History Month if black means non-existent? There's a reason why. They want to wipe out your...
Because it only means non-existent to babblers like you. I'm black. I exist right here in the flesh. Bless the goddamn best. Let's go.
History. And look, and if you notice over these years of you guys knowing how the Black history routine is, who benefits from it? Retail stores or anybody selling something. Not
Now, I agree with that. Black History Month has no significance. We really could do without it. We really benefit nothing from it. In the mainstream, the black history that they promote is not true. It's lies. We know that. We accept that. So, there you go. For the second time, I agree with Dane Calloway. Y'all can't say I don't never agree with him.
the people. Am I right or wrong?
Wrong.
Because nowadays, our people don't even want to hear about the slave stories and whatever they want to bring up. But you know who's benefiting? Netflix and Amazon and stuff like that. Companies are going to be able to push that as another campaign, as another special event. And, you know,
Just like this campaign, what you running, Dane. You gotta, I can't take 15 more minutes of this. So this is gonna be my address today to the people. Y'all hit me up in the comment section and let me know what you think about the video, positive or negative. If you got anything out of this video I just made, go ahead and give it a like. And man, I need some damn subscribers, bro. I get like a couple thousand views and stuff like that. And I go and look at the analytics and my shit is like 94% unsubscribed. So man, y'all give your boy a subscription because I want to reach more people. You know what I mean? And I ain't getting paid shit for doing this. As y'all can see, most of the time, man, I've been climbing ladders all day before I come out here and do these videos because I'm passionate about this shit. And I love black people, whatever you want to call us, whether indigenous, whether foundational, whether African, or whatever it is. I see a kinship with all of them. And the foundational black Americans here in this country and the culture that we created is the face of black people worldwide. Anywhere you go in the world and say black people, they know that you mean the foundational black Americans in the United States. But that's all from now. Like I always say, this is your host. Till the next post. Be one. Oh yeah. I got my foundational black American flag coming in the mail. I'm waiting for it. Yep. I jumped on the March Madness sale and got the little pack. And I'm going to do a video when I get it, breaking the flag down. Tariq, you did an excellent job with that breakdown of the meanings and symbols on the flag. But I'm out, y'all.